Greetings Internet, and welcome back for another early morning's Oxleymations presentation. Psych, it's actually about like 5:30 at night, don't know if you can see that on the camera. But anyway, I just wanted to pop in to let you guys know, everything's okay, I haven't fallen off the earth. It's just, I've been away at a convention for the last weekend, then I had to work 2 12-hour days at work, so I was kind of exhausted. But today I only had to work 4 hours because reasons. Anyway, and before I forget, when I was doing my flea market finds video, the Holy Grails one, I forgot to mention something. Flubber! I love this goofy little thing. A Disney Store exclusive from back when this movie was, still a big thing. Anyway. So, I just wanted to check in with you guys, let you know that I'm still around. And thankfully this video is actually not coming out a month later with my last couple. Also, in case you hear like a baby screaming or like some kid thumping and running around or something, our neighbors across the way just had a new little baby, new little bundle of joy, which is also another part of the reason why I haven't really been creating videos lately. It's because, dealing with that little issue. But regardless, I hope you all enjoyed that last video I put up. Jerry Wants not Jerry Wants Pizza, A Cautionary Tale. I put a lot of work into that. I had a lot of fun creating that. And yeah, I just really hope you guys are enjoying those. If you are, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Or, sorry, that's for the end of this video. If you do like those videos, make sure to like and comment on them. Just let me know what you like, what you don't like. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing with this channel. I've had it for like 9 years now, so you'd think obviously I would have something, up my sleeve, some kind of plan. But honestly, I have no real plan for this channel. Initially, if you go back to my early stuff, my main thing was doing animations, but I don't really have time for that anymore. Well, with my job and with all the stuff I do on the weekends. So I just try to find little moments like this where I can, actually squeeze a couple of creative ounces, a couple little creative drops out of myself and do something, like A Cautionary Tale. That was literally me just, wanting to make a video. And for the majority of this week, I've been wanting to make a video about the con, the convention I was just at. I went to Gen Con in Indianapolis, Indiana. And yes, that's what it's called, Indianapolis, Indiana. And that was a lot of fun. I got to meet a couple of new people, got to try out a bunch of different role-playing games. Oh, for those of you who are uninitiated, Gen Con is basically like Nerdvana, although I don't know if that's also a convention, so, if it is, don't worry about it. But anyway, just all these different nerds and all these different people get to come together in this big building, the Indianapolis Convention Center, I believe it was, for 4 days of nothing but just, cosplaying and, getting to roll dice and bring out your character sheets and getting to play different games. We actually got involved in a couple of different play tests, one of which being a game that we played on the last day of the con, which is based around the card game Euchre. I don't know if any of you have heard of it. But it was this game called Jack's Trick, and it's about that, if any of you are familiar with the urban legend of this guy named Jack, who wound up, he was this really tough, really jerky person who throughout his life was just kind of a jerk to everyone. So one day he winds up getting into a confrontation with the devil. And he winds up being able to trick the devil and, not having to go down to hell. But, when he passes away. But when he does pass away, he's also been too much of a jerk to go into heaven. So, since the devil respected him so much for playing such a good trick on him, he gave Jack a coal from, the hellfire. And he gives him, depending on which version of the story you're familiar with, either a turnip or a pumpkin that he puts the coal into, and this is also the origin of the Jack-o'-lantern, in case you guys weren't aware. And so he's carrying this light with him as he's basically wandering through the, what's the word for it? Come on, brain, work with me. Crap. The thing, limbo, as he's moving through limbo. Thank you, brain. So, yeah, the game that we played was based on euchre, and it was also basically kind of a story-driven thing. I don't know if it's actually going to become an actual game or not, but it was a lot of fun playing that. I got to play that, got to play this game called Anthro Adventures, which was a Pathfinder-based role-playing game where you play as basically giant anthropomorphized animals. And another game that we played this brand new game that just came out this year. It was just released the weekend of the convention, called Starfinder, which is essentially Dungeons and Dragons in space. And it was awesome. Got to play that, got to play the playtest of that 3 times, 3 different campaigns of that. Got to play like an actual Starfinder society, because yes, they actually have like this group that moderates, you know, characters in Starfinder and Pathfinder and stuff. It was a lot of fun doing that. Got to try out a bunch of new characters that didn't exist before. It was a great weekend. It was a great game. Actually picked up a copy of the book for my roommate because, well, I like playing the game, but I don't have the shelf space for the book. Surprisingly, he does, though. He doesn't have as much junk as I do. But, yeah, let's see. What else can I talk about? That's about it, really. It was a 5-hour drive there. Left at 1 o'clock roundabouts Thursday morning, aka Wednesday night. Got there about 6 or 7 o'clock Thursday morning. Got ourselves signed into our hotel, or registered, checked in, however you want to say it. Got our stuff put away, and immediately hopped right back into the car that we had just been driving in for 5 hours, and drove about another half hour to the convention because all the hotels around the convention were booked. It was stupid, the amount of people who were there. But it was also awesome. And this was Gen Con 50, which was a historical event because 50 years, I want to say, approximately 50 or so years. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. And yes, Alan and Kyle, if you watch this video, in the comments. Then talk to me about it in person. So anyway, yeah, a really historic event. They actually had a guy who has been to every single Gen Con since this thing started back in 1967, 1968, somewhere around there. I'm not entirely sure because the entire weekend was just a blur of doing this, doing that. And it was, I may sound like I'm complaining a little bit, but it was just so much fun. If you've never been to a convention, I suggest you at least try going to one. Doesn't matter what you're into, find a convention for it, and if you can afford it, like thankfully I could and my friends could, go. I don't know you as a person, whoever is watching this, but I think you will have fun. Okay, so yeah, now that all that nonsense is out of the way, let's move on to the obligatory, what am I having for breakfast? And I know it's like, you know, this is one of your regular videos, it's not an early mornings video. Yeah, but I wanted breakfast for dinner. I had a similar hankering yesterday and had basically the same thing, only had 4 pancakes in place of these 2 pieces of buttered toast. So with that being said, here we have 4 breakfast sausage links. We have 4 egg omelette du fromage. And for those of you who don't speak French, egg and cheese omelette. And then we have these 2 oh so lovely, oh so numberlicious slices of buttered toast. And yes, I do eat the heels. I know a lot of people who are kind of weird about that, where it's like, ew, you eat that? It's like crust. It's all crust. Why do you eat that? It's bread. It's bread with a little extra crust. What's the big whoop? And also, to wash down this delicious looking dinner for breakfast, breakfast for dinner. I have a cup, aka my Halloween goblet. I am loaded with calcium, young traveler. Still a little funny from this past weekend, pardon me. But anyway, a goblet of milk. All that vitamin C and calcium. Delicious. Okay, so with all that having been said, and having finally gotten to show off my flubber, and not my flubber, which you can't see, which I'm sure you can't, I'm jiggling around what's left of my gut because I'm trying to lose weight. Oh, also, I know I've said this a few times already, but I am still working on getting that video, the Colossal Con video, out. I know it's 2 months late. I apologize profusely. I also apologize for not sticking to my Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule, I think it was. Love getting a video out for you guys, but just my life has been kind of hectic, as I started to explain to you. Work ramped up crazy bad. All the stuff I do on the weekends, looking after my young cousin, helping my grandmother out, running around with my sister after that, just all the stuff you really don't give a crap about, and doing my D&D Pathfinder stuff on Saturdays and Fridays most weeks. But thankfully this week I'm getting Friday and Saturday off, so I should be able to get out some content to you guys. I'm really hoping so, and since I actually have Friday off, I have no excuse that day not to get any content out to you guys. So with that being said, look forward to seeing some videos from me coming soon. And this is a message to myself watching this video and editing. We're going to make some more videos, Oxleymations. Yes, I'm talking to me. I'm talking to myself. Go make some more content. Your viewers need it. You need it. Your creativity. It wants to get out there. You want to create. Sorry if I'm seeming kind of crazy, ladies and gentlemen of the internet and all other configurations of being, but I need to motivate myself. There's no excuse for me going this long without making another video and the lengths of time between the last time I made a video. You've got the weekend. You've got the mornings. Make videos. Do it. Okay, so now that I've gotten that little bit of psychosis out of my mind and out of my brain, thank you all so much for coming back for another video. I truly, truly greatly appreciate each and every one of you, all 28 of you at this current point in time. And I'll see you again soon. Cowabunga, and thanks for watching. Love that thing. Bye.